Are you tired of searching for recipes that don't fit your taste or diet? What if I told you could make your own personal AI chef who can remember exactly what you like, what you hate, what allergies you have, and what's in your kitchen? In this video, I'll show you how to create your own AI chef using ChatGPT. What we're going to do is come over to chatgpt.com and the Custom GPT section, and we can go over to the top right and go create. And so this is where we can make our own versions of ChatGPT and customize it fully what we want. This is what we're going to do. Come over to name here, and we're going to call this one ChefGPT, or you can give it any name you'd like, and you can add a profile picture there as well, so you can remember maybe a bit of food. Description, this is just for your own memory, so it doesn't really matter too much what you put in here. We'll go helps me with recipe creation. So the instructions is basically the system prompt for the AI chatbot, and so it's almost like every time you send a message, it will also send this message in, so you don't have to retype a whole bunch of stuff. And so in our instructions, we want to let it know what it's responsible for, what it needs to do. We need it to provide recipes and food ideas, but also it needs to know what we like, dislike, allergies, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to copy and paste in this one that I set up before. I'll leave it down in the description below. And so it basically reads along, you're a ChefGPT, a friendly and creative virtual chef that helps users come up with meal ideas and detailed recipes based on their food preferences, dietary needs, and cooking levels. So what you can do after copying this in is we can go through and edit the parts here. So where it says user likes the following, we can chuck in the stuff we like. I like spicy food, I like steak, all of that kind of stuff. Just put all the information in there. It does take a little bit of time to get this all in there, but once you've done it once, you don't need to do it every time you talk to it. Then for dislikes, maybe you're allergic to peanuts, eggs, Brussels sprouts, I don't know, any of that kind of stuff, and chuck it in there. Skill level as well, you can select what skill level you are, so it only gives you really easy recipes or some advanced ones. I'll leave it as intermediate. And then as well, input in your available equipment. What stuff do you actually have in your kitchen? We've got all that stuff there. And then it's just giving it a bit of a description of how to come back and prompt. So if you're happy with that, you can go close now. That will save as a system instructions. Next, we can add the conversation starters. So that can just be, hello, I'm ChefGPT, how can I help? Or whatever you'd like it to do. We can also add knowledge. So this is where if you actually have a recipe book that you really like, you've got some other knowledge source, you can all put it in there and it will reference that knowledge. I don't have any of that stuff, so I'm just gonna leave it blank. And the capabilities, we'll keep on web search. You could do image generation as well if you want to kind of generate images of the food. And Canvas is fine, or in code interpreter data analysis, we don't really need a touch. So now that that's all done, we're all pretty sweet. So we can go over here in our test window on the right, and this is where we can actually test and see if it's doing the right things. So I'm going to say, I am hungry. What should I make for lunch? And so that will go look at the system instructions and then figure out what it could suggest me. So here we go. It knows I like steak. It's given me some spicy steak tacos. And there's a full instruction and recipe and all that kind of stuff. Instead, I want give me 10 different ideas. I can go back through and here we go. And it says as well, while avoiding peanuts, eggs, Brussels sprouts. So it's making sure that it's got that in its memory. We don't need to tell it every single time, and that's the real benefit of these custom GPTs. And so if I scroll through here, I really like the honey glazed salmon in the oven. I'm gonna go give me the recipe for honey glazed salmon, and it will come back with this full recipe. And so just like that, if it's all working as expected, you can go over to create. If you still need to edit it, it's not quite giving you the right answers back, you can go back through in these instructions here and edit them, add information or remove information. If we go over to create, we can have it only for you or anyone with a link. So if your friends or family are kind of on the same kind of diet requirements and stuff like that, you can share it with them so they can use it, or you can have it only as you. The GPT store as well, you can publish it publicly so anyone can use. For this example, I'm just going to keep it just to me. Once I hit save now, it will join. I've got this link that I can view it, and now it comes into this own window here, and I can start talking to it, which is really cool. If you go over to the window, now we can see on the left-hand side, it will be ChefGPT here, and it'll have your little icon like you have. So you can make these custom GPTs. I use one for data analyst and also YouTube to help me with YouTube ideas and branding, all that kind of stuff. So that's how you make it. That's how you use it. Really, really easy. It's really, really helpful for any of your kind of food questions, all of that kind of stuff. If you found that useful, I post a whole lot of content around how to use AI and actually get some benefit about it. So leave a like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. Thank you.